Saturday sees a South Coast showdown against Southampton as AFC Bournemouth hope to continue their impressive form, which sees them going for Europe. Saints, look, they're still at the bottom of the table, but not all things are the same as last time because they've got a new manager in. And with a 100% league record in February for the Saints, why are you laughing, Tom? What they could have done with is a win in the FA Cup as well to follow up that form. But alas, Super Scotty Parker got one over them. So what better next for them to maybe try to follow that league win with another one? A match against their younger brother, their little friendly rival, their little pat the head chum from down the South Coast. It's not a derby, is it? We cannot wait. Welcome to the big match preview. This is Back of the Net. My name's Sam Davis.
My name's Tom Jordan.
For all the jokes and jibes though, Tom, this weekend is all about one thing, getting 3 points for us, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Hopefully the season continues as it has so far. They lose, we win. But yeah, it is just a joke aside. It's another game where we need to win to, as you say, keep up our weirdly realistic hopes of Europe. And yeah, obviously they need points, but you would think it's irrelevant anyway. If they somehow stayed up, it would be one of the best comebacks ever. So yeah, I don't think it matters too much for them, but a bit of pride for the rest of the season for them for sure. But yeah, hopefully we can continue the form that we've been on.
Well, our last loss at St Mary's was in 2018, but since then it's been all smiles for the Cherries, including our last visit there. No, not the friendly, which we won, but a match in the league, and that was under Gary O'Neill.
Oh, what a guy.
Celebrating not conceding a goal. I don't know. VAR check for offside. What a night that was. Bournemouth edged closer to Premier League survival with a goal from Marcus Tavernier, wasn't it?
Yeah, Tav. And I think they scored really late. And
yeah.
They got ruled out for offside. What a moment that was. But it was a big game at the time. They went down, obviously, and we needed it, didn't we, to stay up. It almost like guaranteed them going and us pretty much being all right. So it was a big game. And yeah, it wasn't a very good one. But yeah, we got the job done in the end.
I think the buffer of points became 7 points between us and the relegation zone after that. And we had a goal disallowed through VAR as well. Was it Vigna who
Oh,
shot?
yes.
Do you
Matthias
remember
Vigna,
that?
yeah.
And we even threw a flare onto the pitch celebrating. And then the Southampton fans goaded us as, sadly, that bit of pyrotechnics, there was no point in doing it. But it's not the last time we played them. We've, of course, met them this season. Russell Martin was in charge, and that was a memorable night, mate.
Russell Martin teams, by the way.
You love playing Russell Martin teams.
So good.
It was a good night, though, wasn't it? Yeah,
it was a really good night. I remember the start of the game. I thought, oh, this is a bit. And then as soon as we scored, I think we've followed up. We got all 3 goals in the first half, didn't we? Was that Evan Nilsson's first?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was a really good goal. Dango and Semenyo. And then they got one in the second half, but it was a really comfortable night for us, wasn't it? And it kind of just showed the levels between the two teams at the time. So, yeah, it was a really good one. And I remember coming back in here after the game with our right back, Julian Araujo, who we haven't seen for a while, not just because he don't come to the pub anymore, but because he's injured. But he come in, played pool with the fans. It was a really good night, mate.
And a lot of Saints fans were goading us because of that. Like, okay, they beat Southampton. Is that how they celebrate? But the context is he came in to help paint the pub because we're at the QP in the courtroom, as you could probably tell, which you can hire, by the way. More information about that later on. However, he did say our next home game, who we play? I said Saints. He said, okay, after our next home game, if we win, I'm coming to the pub and I'll play some pool with you guys. And he did. So it just happened to be Southampton, but a lot of people were thinking it's some kind of special game. It's not. It's just another game for us.
Another game, another win.
It's the last one that we won. Here's the league table now then. This is
what
things
look at
look
this.
like. This is where Southampton fans might want to look away. Although that W, it does give them a little bit of optimism, but they are foot of the table and a long way adrift. AFC Bournemouth have got 31 more points than they have. We are on 40. RL comes against Liverpool, by the way. Interesting game the other night for them.
Oh, it's brilliant. Especially after we spoke about the Liverpool game, how they got every decision under the sun. And the irony, honestly, the irony of Slot and everyone kicking off, they always take it gracefully, don't they? I was really pleased for Everton as well. Not everyone can go to Goodison and win twice in one season, obviously. But I was really pleased for Everton. It was a cracking point for them.
So we are 3 points beneath the Champions League places. Can we get another 3?
Technically, if it goes to 5th, we're 1 point off Champions League. So, yeah, it's been all right.
Our form is going to be crucial in going into this game, and it's not bad. We're 7th in the form table at the moment. Yes, we have got that one loss to our name, but we were good in that loss as well. You can see the teams above us if you're watching on YouTube, right down at the bottom there. 19th place is Southampton. Leicester City are at the foot of the table, and of course the baseline tracker as well. Now this is where Southampton really need to be higher, because getting your home points is absolutely crucial. Bournemouth are top of the tree. Saints not so much, -12. You've got to win your home games. This is one where they'll be hoping to get a result, and I don't care what they say. It does feel as though the atmosphere, the tempo, the mood is slightly elevated when they play their South Coast, not rivals Bournemouth. I don't know, or is that just because we're thinking that because we think it's a rivalry, derby, whatever?
I'm not sure. It does seem to have a little bit of needle to it. Like I say, I don't know if they have. I mean, I've been there loads of times and you're getting bloody escorted by the police and there's horses around. I don't know if they do that every game, but I'd be surprised. There's always a little bit of an edge to it obviously their main rivals are Portsmouth, I think, but they still want to put us back in our place, don't they?
Yeah, of course.
And obviously it's only been really very recent times that we've been able to have a laugh at them, because most of the time they're obviously always better than us. So yeah, they'll definitely want to, if they could pick a home win coming up, I think they'll choose this one for sure.
This show is sponsored by Dana's Aquatic Academy, because we're playing Southampton and they're based right in between us in New Milton. So if you're a non-swimmer looking to learn to swim, a competent swimmer looking to develop your techers, that's probably where I fit in, maybe. Or you're an advanced swimmer looking to learn lifeguarding skills, then get in touch with Dana's Aquatic Academy. They operate on weekday afternoons, but also Saturdays in school term time, and they're a local private swimming school for all ages and abilities, which is handy for you, Tom.
Yeah, thanks, mate. They aim to offer the highest quality of specialised teaching, cater towards each individual's lessons needs, whilst achieving a fun and enjoyable session for everyone.
So running is either 1-to-1 private lessons, 2-to-1 shared lessons, or 3-to-1 small group sessions. They keep class sizes to a minimum to aid the quality of lessons to each specific pupil.
Yeah, and they also run intensive 5-day-week 1-to-1 courses through selected school holidays to help boost confidence and fast-track the progress.
Just a short walk from New Milton train station, Dana's Aquatic Academy have a beautiful pool, changing rooms, tuck shop and a waiting area as well. To find out the information, you can see it on screen. If you're watching YouTube, email admin@danasaquaticacademy.co.uk or check out their socials on screen or in the description. Mention code BOTN, by the way.
Absolutely.
You can get 2 free trial lessons.
Why not?
There you go. So yeah, we're at the courtroom, the QP, the home of the £10 roast.
9.
And what?
9.
Why?
Season ticket holder.
Scum. Subhuman scum. If you're brand new here, you can do us a couple of favours on YouTube.
Yeah, make sure you like it, hit the bell, and then if you hit the big fat subscribe button, that's the most important one. To do that for us. And
why should they do that?
Oh, you get to see loads of stuff, mate. You see reaction after the game, which would be good fun, I'm sure. You got the vlog will come out on the Sunday, which would be a nice one. Enjoyed the last one, by the way, Everton, seeing the new stadium and stuff.
Tourists in,
yeah, it was nice.
Jack, legends.
Yeah, I don't know why you didn't invite me along. I was in the pub and you didn't give me a shout. I would have loved that. And then the second look on Monday, of course, where we dissect the game in more detail.
If you're travelling to the game, firstly, no trains. Don't turn up to Bournemouth trains. I mean, you get a bus replacement. Walk through the forest. You can get bus replacement, but A lot of people are resorting to driving, which we're doing as well. So no trains. And by the way, Bournemouth fans, we are sat in a different location. So we used to be in the Northern Stand, on the corner with the Itchin, but now we're not. We are in the corner between the Chapel and the Kingsland stands, which means you need to come in from a different direction, ideally, to stop all the conflict.
So where we used to sit, where are we now?
So where you can see on screen the yellow line end, that's where we're going to be. So you're advised to come in via Chapel Road and then Melbourne Street, but not as we used to be along the main road, and there's a footbridge, the We March On bridge that you'll walk through, and then none of that anymore. You have to go via Chapel Road and Melbourne Street. Okay. Now, Saints started the season with one manager. They've got another, and Russell Martin, I think, gained a lot of respect and love from the Saints fans in terms of his footballing style to get them there. But akin to, I think, Vincent Kompany at Burnley, he was stoic and stubborn, and he stuck to his principles, which is fair enough. But ultimately, when you're in the Premier League, it comes undone, especially when you maybe haven't got the defenders to play that kind of play out from the back style, and they have a lot of the ball for possession's sake, we've called it, and they have been they've got found out a number of times.
Oh, they
haven't they?
Yeah, and I think it did feel like a case of him just thinking, I'll get another club. This is what I want, my coaching philosophy, and kind of what I want people to see what I'm about. Because you've seen what Vincent Kompany, he's gone to Burnley, everyone's telling him to change, he didn't. Yeah. So he ended up going to Bayern Munich. I think it's not bad, is it? So I think Russell Martin's probably trying to say, no, this is the way I play. And I don't disagree that if he was at a top team, he has got, there's a lot of tactical stuff that's really impressive. But I remember him at Swansea. We played him a few times in the Championship.
MK Dons as
well, and we always battered them. And don't get me wrong, that was because we were one of the better teams in that league. Because we had the better players. But they kept playing the same way, and it was so easy. Because you go, well, you haven't got the players we've got. I always remember the one time we didn't beat him, we were 3-0 down away at Swansea. The game's done, 3-0 down, and they're still doing it. And we ended up getting a 3-3 draw because they just kept playing the same way, and we just, we hurt them. We beat them 5 a few times as well. So it wasn't a surprise to me of what happened this season, especially when I saw they done bits, but I thought, I don't think they've brought enough quality in through the door to adapt. I could see certain players they brought in and why they did it. Ramsdale, for example, I can see why, because he's probably used to having to do that at Arsenal, that play out from the back. But they haven't got enough about him, and I think teams were cotton onto it so quick, and he was never going to survive there.
I think it was a Sunday night game where they played Spurs and they got smashed 5-0. They really did get, and that was the nail in the coffin for Russell Martin. And of course, he was replaced by the Croatian Ivan Juric, who was previously at Roma.
I think he was only at Roma for about 2 months.
He was. He wasn't there long. And when he took over, Saints were bottom of the league with 5 points after 16 games. Now, he's nearly doubled that tally with half the amount of games. They're on 9 points. Look, we're not saying his form is enough to keep them up, because even have that form that he's put in over the course of the season, it wouldn't be enough. But we need to find out what has gone right and what has gone wrong. And to do so, we spoke to Mike from Matchday Vlogs, the Southampton fan channel, and we challenged him to tell us in 90 seconds what on earth has happened to Southampton this season. And since the new gaffer came in, has he seen any improvement?
Hello, this is Mike from the Southampton fan channel Matchday Vlogs, and Sam has asked me to give my thoughts on what exactly has gone wrong at Southampton. He's also asked me to do this within 90 seconds, so I've made some notes. Right, first of all, coming into the Premier League with a system and a squad that conceded 63 goals last season in the Championship. So far it's 54 this season already, and we won't have the benefit like we did last season being able to score 87. The manager, we didn't make the change quick enough. Certainly a new manager would have had very little chance. Should have realistically made the change after the loss at the Vitality. Recruitment, yes, has been poor. Signing Ross Stewart from League One side at a time, Sunderland for 11 million, and he's barely kicked a ball. And also looking at the recruitment that the players that we got in that we didn't use to the full effect, such as Charlie Alcaraz, who is now looking pretty good at Everton. I say looking good, he's starting fights on the pitch, but looking pretty good. We are making changes and adding pieces to the puzzle. A change of chairman, a new technical director, Johan Spors, in addition to the managerial change. But in all honesty, it does feel there are still about 3 or 4 puzzles in play. What will the weekend bring? Who knows? But hopefully that summarises exactly what's gone wrong at Southampton. I know you're all going to shed a tear for us, so don't worry. We'll be all right. We'll be right back. I think that was 90 seconds. Sam, Tom, see you the weekend, boys.
There you go. And he's probably right that they should have made that decision earlier, shouldn't they?
Probably right. I can't believe they let in 63 when they got promoted. Yeah. When you look in now and you go, and Burnley let in 9 so far.
That's ridiculous.
And the fact that they were brilliant, and they let in that many goals. But he's probably right in everything he said. And I forgot about Alcaraz. Obviously, we literally said the other day he came on for Everton.
And not changed the game, but had a massive impact.
Massive impact. And then I was thinking they bought in Brett and Diaz and have already let him go, haven't they, straight away back to Sheffield United, I think, on loan. So weird recruitment. I didn't realise Stewart was that much money either. So, strange recruitment. They bought a rat back you don't like. You know what I mean? Coping with relegation. They bought in relegation Ramsdale. So it all does seem a little bit off.
What's happening to Fraser, by the way? Is he injured or is he just not playing or what?
Who knows?
Who knows? Well, Juric's first game was at Craven Cottage against Fulham. His side drew 0-0 and gained the club's second clean sheet of the season. Southampton then lost their next 6 games. I think 1-0 against West Ham. There was a 2-1 loss against Palace. And then, Tom, these results. So, look, we'll start from January. And home against Brentford, you'd want to give it a go.
Yeah, home Brentford. Get 3 points on the board. They lost 5-0. They won the cup. Which was irrelevant because they went out shortly afterwards, but they beat Swansea comfortably. No one goes to Old Trafford this season and gets beat. They lost 4-1.
However, for the bulk of that game, they did all right and they looked the better team.
Yeah, I just remember the game now. They were winning for ages. Well, it was Diallo's scored a hat-trick.
Ahmad hat-trick, towards the end,
Yeah, they were doing really well. But, it felt like that was typical Southampton because they probably deserved something out of the game and then they just capitulated. I think Ramsdale and defender gave them a goal as well. Lost to Forest 3-2.
So they came back into that and nearly stole an equaliser.
Yeah, that was kind of the opposite, wasn't it? They were getting battered and then they nearly come back. And then they lost 3-1 at Newcastle. Newcastle obviously a good side. Can't all beat them. Got the win at Ipswich. Same result as us at Ipswich, actually, wasn't it? 2-1. But it was a big win for them. I think it was more Ipswich would have been looking at that going, we've got to win this game. So it was a big win for Southampton. And then they lost to Burnley, like everyone loses to Burnley, which is 1-0. No one could score against Burnley. So, fair play. But, there's a lot of threes there. They're scoring a few more, which is probably helpful for them. But, it's just a few in there that you think they're actually in the game. And then they have like a mad 10-minute spell and they just throw it all away. So, it's been really sad to see.
This will be the 18th encounter between Saints and Bournemouth since 2010.
How many times have they played Portsmouth in that time?
Not many. I mean, if you go back 18 games between them and Pompey, you're in 1974, Tom.
That's interesting.
But we're not their rivals. We know that. But recently, it's been pretty good for us, isn't it? Our last 2 games have been wins, but at St Mary's, like I say, 2018 was the last time they beat us on their own patch. It was 2-1 to them. Since then, we've been there in the league, even in a friendly. We got a result there as well. But in all our league games away,
that'll be good.
Against Southampton, Bournemouth have won just 2. It feels like more. Drawn 4, lost 8. So, they reign supreme with that. In all competitions, anywhere you go, we've won 10, drawn 9, lost 16. How will this game
We've never been this
go?
good. They've never been that bad when we've played each other. That's what I'll say.
We
never.
No.
There has been the other way, where Southampton have been miles better than us. We've never been this much better than the Southampton team. The one we played.
No, we haven't.
Never. No chance. Well, we're going for Europe and they're bottom of the league. That's never happened. So, that's where that you can kind of take that with a pinch of salt. But it doesn't surprise me because Southampton for nearly all my life until recently, have always been better than us.
And look, this is another chance to get a double because we've had a double this season over Everton.
Treble.
We can get a double over Southampton. And I suppose, has that ever happened before? A treble over side?
Oh, well, it must have happened before, but I don't think it's happened for Bournemouth because we never done well in cups, really, in recent times. So I can't imagine, I can't ever remember beating
Have we ever done the treble over a side? Let us know in the comments. Yeah. We would love to hear it. But I want to say that what happens on the pitch, a lot of it will be determined based on injuries and stuff, but will it? Probably not.
I know. We keep thinking that, don't we? For Southampton fans that watching and aren't aware, we've had our biggest injury crisis and we've lost like 1 in 12 or something, and that was against Liverpool. So strange at the moment, but we seem to be coping very, very well, which is why we love our coach so much and the players are doing so well. And actually, we might get a few more bodies back for the bench. So we could be in a good place. And they've actually got some, I'd say at the back, some key injuries. So that would probably help us. I know Jack Stevens, obviously, we've had on loan.
Ex-Cherry, of course.
Yeah, and Dunweller, he's out. And Harwood Bellis, who's probably their best defender, has also been ruled out. So they'll miss. Flynn Downs is a weird one because he's out at the moment, but it sounds like it's more the manager kind of said that he's not doing what he wants him to do, like more of a power shift there. I'm not sure. Ryan Fraser's probably hiding somewhere. Ross Stewart, as Mike mentioned, is not really kicking a ball. He's always injured, so he's out. I think they're okay. Other than that, there's a few little knocks and stuff, but they're the main ones that I believe are out, and then they got some long-term ones as well.
I've done a preview on Mike's channel, so do check that out. And there he asked me sort of briefly to describe the injury crisis. I said, well, I thought this was going to be a 15-minute preview, Mike, because it's going to be a 2-hour show if I've got to go through every single player. But on screen on YouTube, you can see the full list. But like you say, hopefully we may get some players back. And it's something that we've said for quite a while, but I sense for this game we might actually see a couple of players back. We're recording this before Andoni gave his presser, of course, but I would like to think that we'd have at least one new name back.
Yeah, it sounds like Louis Sinisterra and Alex Scott could be amongst the substitutes. It will all depend on, everyone wants them there, but if he feels like they can make an impact or not, if they're ready. He kind of alluded to the fact that physically they feel ready, but it's also mental as well. If you don't want players going in feeling like they're a bit worried. And I think that's been the problem with Sinny. He's had an ongoing issue and they're worried that he'll go and break down again and he'll be thinking about it. Julio Soler shouldn't be far away, but as expected, in their competition under 20 South America Championships, they're going all the way. So Soler will be back when that finishes. And then other players like Hill, Smith, I don't think they're too far away. The only one that's definitely out for a while is obviously Unal. But we'll have to wait and see, mate. But I'm confident regardless. And the fact now we have got at least one sub that can do something with Tav. That's right, and Jebbo, obviously.
Of course,
that's helpful.
Superb. The referee, do you want to know? Well, I'm going to tell you, it's Jared Gillett.
Normally, I genuinely just say I don't like any because I don't know, and I hate him.
Never has any referee come into the English game with so much hype because he did that mic'd up thing.
Spoken a mic once,
which they'll all be doing next season by the sounds of it. Just like saying offside decisions that we all could tell anyway. He took control of one of our games last season, home against Manchester City. But in good news, in their last 3 games with Gillett as referee, Saints that is. Saints have lost all 3.
That's probably the case with any ref. So I hate him. Hope he has a good game.
Right, let's do a played for both then.
Yeah, we could do a squad, can we? Play for both.
There are so many played for both. Yeah. So we've got a few here, but let us know the other names that we've forgotten, okay? But not forgotten. We've created a 4-4-2 here. And Tom, I've gone a little bit off the wall.
Yeah, I was going to say one of them.
Let's go through these then, starting off with a goalkeeper.
Well, that's Boric.
Yeah, okay.
Nathaniel Klein's at right back.
Yeah, who's left back?
Ryan Bertrand.
Yeah.
I know MC, that's Martin Craney.
Yes, it is, yeah.
But KB, I can think of a centre-back as KB, but I didn't know Southampton, unless I'm wrong. Carl Broadhurst.
No.
Oh, I can't think of who KB is.
Former manager of AFCB Bournemouth as well.
Oh, Kevin Bourne. Yeah, I forgot about that, because he's just a manager in my head. It's only youthful.
In midfield?
Andrew Sherman. Jamie Redknapp.
I didn't think you'd get that one. Oh, I mean...
Yeah, he went there and sent him down. Yeah. And Joe Rothwell.
Yes.
Then we've got... Who's CW? Krista Warren. David Brooks. And Ted McDougall.
Correct.
Well played.
Look at that.
There's so many obvious ones, and you've done a few obscure ones there, so I like that.
I've been speaking to Ted a fair bit recently, actually, and he is loving what he's seeing at the moment on the pitch. Wasn't so much at the Liverpool game, but he was at the Forest game, I gather.
Yeah.
And 5-0. He says just embrace, enjoy every minute, because it won't last forever. It could do, Ted. That's all we're saying.
No.
It could do. You never know. So there you go. Put some more names in there. I mean, off the top of my head, Danny Rodriguez.
Great shout. Dave McGoldrick, Leon
Danny Ings.
Yeah.
There are so many that we can name.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you remember like that Grimsby game? Feeney, then Fletch. Was it? I think it was when Feeney scored. It was a goal from a rebound.
Yeah.
And I think the shot was taken by Jake Thompson, or I think they had on loan from him.
Oh, really?
I think so. He's definitely scored for us before. He was a winger. We had him on loan.
Fair play.
It's a random one that I thought you might have put in. He didn't.
Take a look through Matt Vitals at the last 4 league games for Southampton. That was 1 home game against Newcastle, 3 away, Man U, Forest and Ipswich. Saints gained 3 points, although they were comfortably the worst team in all 4 games. So that probably represents an overachievement. taking a look at the average positions, you can see them on screen on YouTube. They operate a restrictive belt in midfield, although it's not produced any good results for them at the moment. It's going to be really interesting to see how we deal with that. And in terms of the comparisons between the two sides, AFC Bournemouth have significantly more goal attempts, more big chances, and have scored more goals. Saints have conceded fewer goal attempts per game, although they've conceded more big chances and more goals. AFC Bournemouth have the better XG stats, both offensively and defensively as well. By the way, we've won more possession in the final third more than any other Premier League side this season, by the way, with 146, while Southampton have lost possession more often defensively, of course, in the defensive third than any other side. So it bodes well, but a lot of these stats are probably under Russell Martin, though, I'm guessing.
Nah, who cares?
Because they're not holding on to the ball as much these days,
they're not.
But it's going to be really interesting to see how it pans out. We need to get some predictions in shortly, but Tom's going to do teams next.
Oh, yeah.
Right then, Southampton then in a, what was it, a 3-4, what is this?
Yeah, kind of 3-4-2-1.
Yeah,
It seems that they've got loads of centre-halves out, as we mentioned, their main centre-halves, but I saw in the Cup as well, and a lot of Southampton fans saying that he keeps still playing three centre-backs, even though he hasn't really got them, so he's playing like full-backs in there, which is really interesting and hopefully help us. So I'm going to continue with that. They could change to a 4, but I'm going to go with that. Relegation Ramsdale in goal. So I'm not going to pick on Ramsdale, I'll try and do it with anyone. So we've got a bit of cheese, right centre-back, Brie, that is.
Yeah.
Bad Narek.
Or should have stayed in Bednarek, yeah.
Yeah, Bednarek. Ryan Mann. Oh, no, it's a goal. Manning. Ryan Manning. Cole. Oh, what can I do for Carl Walker-Peters?
No, it's just too long a surname.
Okay. Carl Walker-Peters. Well, is he any good? I'm not sure. Wellington.
Yeah. He's a good player.
He's just kind of come in through the door and he looks like a decent player. Ugachukwu.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to try that. And Haribo. There you go.
Yeah.
Aribo. Quite a strong sentiment. I think it was against us he came on, Aribo. I actually think he was at Rangers before.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a player, actually. Them two in the midfield. Diblin, I assume,
Dibbling?
I assume he's going to be fit and will play kind of just in behind the striker along with Mateus Fernandes.
Yeah.
And then Oniachu.
Bless you. Sorry.
He's a big lump, by the way.
Yeah.
I reckon they'll stick with him. They've got Archer and that available now, but I think they'll stick with a big man up front. So that's what I'm going to go with. But could be a few changes in there, as I say, because they've got a few knocks.
How are we going to combat that then?
Just do what we normally do, probably.
Don't be complacent.
We've got to enjoy it now, haven't we?
Sorry.
Enjoy it.
You were singing.
Reza Balaga in goal. Lewis Cook right back. I want to dance with Zabani.
Yeah.
And do you know House and centre backs? Milos Kerkez left back. We got Captain America Tyler Adams with Ryan Christie in the middle. David Brooks, Antoine Semenyo, Justin Cliver in behind Dango Ouattara. I think we'll just revert straight back. There is a case, in my opinion, for Tavernier ahead of Brooks, because I think Tavernier's performed well when he's got that first start. But I think you go back to starting with Brooksy and you have Tav there as the option for a bit of pace and need it. So that's what I'm going to go for.
What do you think, guys? Let us know in the comments. We'll read every single one. Just before you do write in that comment box, can I throw a few stats at you? Bournemouth have just lost only one of their last 12 Premier League games against sides starting the day in the bottom 3.
Lovely.
1-9, drawn 2 of them, by the way. Southampton have scored the opening goal in 4 of their last 6 Premier League matches, including each of their last 2, already once more than in their 16 games under Russell Martin. Right, how is this going to go? What is your prediction?
I know that Sharkies and Southampton want it to go well.
Why?
I've seen that. Sharkies in Southampton have said that I'll say what they've said because I don't want it to take out context. So
okay, right.
If Saints beat Bournemouth on Saturday, it's free pizza all night.
All night?
All night.
Not even just 50% off one like we get.
Yeah.
All night.
So, and I don't know why they've done this for this particular game, but they've said that Saints have had a tough start to the season until now, as we've mentioned. But as an extra incentive, going into Saturday's huge match, the lads can help turn their season around with a win against South Coast rivals Bournemouth. I thought that... Oh, they're not playing Ports. No, Bournemouth. Oh, okay, I'll repeat that. They've said against South Coast rivals Bournemouth and feed the local community with free pizzas at Sharkies. So that was, that's them. I wouldn't say that, but that's Sharkies think we're rivals. I disagree, but fair enough. So free pizzas if they beat their rivals, mate.
So what is your prediction then? What are you going for?
Well, beat them 2-0. I'll go 2-0.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be this, and I think I said it on Mike's channel as well, I don't think it's going to be some kind of like huge whitewashing.
No,
and I don't want to be complacent at all, and not that how I feel, is transmitted to what the team does, of course, but I I don't know. I sense it's going to be closer than we all think it is. I don't think they'll score.
No,
I
that's
don't think
what
they'll
I've
score.
gone with, yeah.
So I was going to go 2-0 as well, but just to be different. And I know this sounds like a bit of a more clean-cut game, but I'll go 3-0, but a well-earned 3-0.
Yeah, I think we'll have
We
fun.
are so complacent. This is gonna come back.
If we can't predict a confident win against these lot now, then we never will be able to. They're bottom of the league. They're crap, and we're playing really well. If they surprise us all, and it will be a surprise if they get anything out of this game, then fair play to them. But yeah, it'd be weird to not be going into a confident match. So yeah, I'm very confident. I think we'll be far too good for them. It's the same as the Everton one. Everton one had picked up, new manager, just seen them against Liverpool. They went pretty strong at Goodison, in a good place, and we were too good. And we wrestled a few in that game as well. So yeah, I just think we'll be too good for them, mate. I really do.
Yeah, super. Before we go, a Southampton fan sadly passed away last week at the age of 52. Ian Still, lifelong Saints fan. He had a battle with cancer, and his family are going to be at the game this weekend, so they're trying to arrange a minute's applause as a tribute for him in the 52nd minute to celebrate his life. When the clock hits 52, we'd appreciate it if all AFC Bournemouth fans got together as well and gave him an applause to celebrate his life. Rest in peace, Ian Still. So
you think it's going to be tight, but you think we'll have too much? Are you kind of going on that jest as well, same as me?
I think so. If we don't get a result, I mean, it's weird, but I'd be disappointed with a draw. I'd be
disappointed.
Yeah,
I'll be heartbroken with a draw.
Yeah. I'd be disappointed with a draw, and I don't know. I think this match is, we've talked about games on paper being difficult or hard. On paper, this is easy, but on paper, Leicester should have been quite easy as well. And all it takes is for us to have an off day, which is possible, and for them to be completely on it, and then you never know. But I'd like to think that Andoni, the way he outthinks managers at the moment is superb. And I don't know, I just think we've got something about us. And confidence is a big thing.
No, for sure. And I think we spoke about that Leicester game in particular where we lost. And I think we spoke about the Everton one where we won last minute, where we were rubbish for most of the game and 2-0 down. But both them sides are quite, teams in the bottom, but are quite like low blocky sides.
Yeah.
I don't think Southampton are necessarily.
No.
So I think that might play into our hands a little bit. But as you say, mate, it's all over the place because we knew that Forest would be like that, very low block counter-attack and be able to break down, and we scored 5. Went to St James's and scored 4. So, but then them results, as brilliant as they are, I mean, they're kind of a little bit redundant if you can't get the results against Southampton, against Wolves next week. And so I'm hoping we'll have too much, mate, and I can have one over on all my mates that live in Bournemouth and support Southampton for all them years and give me shit for years, and I deal with it for years. So when people say, "Oh, why do you hate Southampton?" I can hate who the fuck I want, and I hate them. Right? Exactly. And that's why, because I've had years of abuse from Southampton fans because they're so much better than us. Well, now they're shit and we're good, so let's go there and smash them up.
Right, so if you're a Southampton fan, just clip that up, and when you win, you can feel free to post it on Twitter, X, whatever.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Anyway, up the shares, see you at St Mary's. You Reds, come on.
I reckon I'll subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe to us.
I didn't give Fraser much grief for that.
Yeah, you didn't.
Because he's hiding.